Welcome back to Kill the Computer. My name is Caleb. As every week, I am joined by my co-host June. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I've been concert bound recently.
You have been super busy.
I have been. I have this new conspiracy theory. I saw Bob Dylan on Wednesday. So it was great. It was a wonderful time. It was so much fun. There were so many people enjoying the show. There was people like dancing, like waltzing, everything. But halfway through the show, I was like, wait a second. He has not said a single thing outside of the like lyrics of the songs. And that's all he was doing. So my conspiracy theory is that he's not actually singing. He's like lip syncing. They have Bob Dylan lip syncing up there because he's like, he's 85. He's old.
Yeah. Then again, I saw Mastodon and they did the same thing. They didn't say a fucking word. It was awesome.
See, like I usually expected it once, just a line of like, hey, thank you for coming here. Like, I got this guy on the guitar. That's like usually what bands will do is like, hey, here's my band. But that didn't even happen. I might be wrong. Maybe
this is like one of the Chuck E. Cheese animatronic band guys is what's going on.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Maybe they have Chuck E. Cheese Five Nights at Freddy's up on stage doing some shit. Or maybe he is just one of the greatest performers to do it still. Like 85, great voice for 85. Whipped out the harmonica, hit some good shit. I don't know. But I like conspiracy theories. So I'm starting the fake Bob Dylan conspiracy
I like it.
theory.
So he had a band. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was great. So recently, a week before the show, I went with a friend of mine, and she sent me a text leading up to it, like the week before. I'm blanking on the old guitarist, but one of the guitarists in the band mid-tour left the band and made a post on Instagram or something saying sayonara, Bobby. And with like a really funny old photo of Bob Dylan. I don't know. I don't know what the drama is.
Was he trying to be like nice, or was this like octogenarian drama?
I think the dude hates Bob Dylan or something.
Dude.
It was like he was like spiteful. It was clear that he was mad about something on the tour, something about Bob Dylan, but it was really funny. The post, I'll put it in the Discord because the photo that goes along with it, it fucking makes it, dude. It's so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love old guy drama and beefs.
Yeah. It was great though. It was wonderful. A premier people watching experience. I can't lie.
Nice. Did you have a good 4th? I haven't talked to you since the 4th.
I know. Shit. Yeah, I did have a good 4th. It's been like, it was raining in Chicago that day. I was like, what did I do that day? Thankfully a friend had a huge ass umbrella, so in the middle of the rain we cooked out. We had some veggies, some steak, some vegan, some vegetarian substitutes, because there's always going to be a vegetarian bitch at cookouts for 4th of July these days, because
and we're gonna let you hear about it if you don't have options.
But no, that's basically all I did. Is we despite the shitty weather, still cooked out as best we could.
Nice.
Yeah,
I had to take my dog and cat back to my folks' house out in the sticks, just because it was when I say like my house was shaking, like I have a very small front yard, and there's people in the street shooting off God knows what, you know what I mean? So I hated it, but I knew my dog doesn't really bother, but my cat hates fireworks. So I was like, I just got to get these guys out. You know what I mean?
Like,
so
that happens to like most pets every 4th of July, but I love hearing about where you live in particular.
Yeah.
Whenever you have like something new about your neighborhood or
some psychotic thing or whatever.
There's like, I will never forget about that video you sent me. Like, it was only
a motorcycle party. Yeah. I'm like quasi doxing myself because like somebody could find that. Like there's like a Sons of Anarchy hideout like on my street, guys. I haven't really talked about this too much, and they did have an America 250 party, by the way.
No,
it's so funny.
They did.
They're literally like they're recognized by the fucking like the sheriff's department as like an organized fucking gang, and they're like, America rocks. Like, what is it? Fucking old boy criminals are just such dorks.
I'll never understand that mismatch between like rough like they want to be modern cowboys, they want to be above the law, but they're like,
but we love the police though. So dumb, dude. I am glad I sent you that video because I felt like, so for context, guys, they had this party. This was I don't know, June. What was this, a couple months ago?
It was like right when you moved in, so I think that was around March or something.
They literally like shut down like 2 blocks on either side of our street so they could just like slowly ride their motorcycles up, and they weren't even racing, which is even lamer. They were just like side by side slowly going up and down my street, and it was so fucking loud. I felt like I was having a fever dream. Like I had to send the video to somebody just so people wouldn't think I was lying when I told the story. You know what I mean? There was like probably 300 of them in this tiny house. They were all up and down the street. It was like the worst day of my life, dude. It was Caleb's 9/11. I hate motorcycles. First of all, I fucking hate motorcycles. I hate Harleys. I hate all that shit. And they were just drunk and throwing up. They were throwing beer bottles at the church behind my house and peeing and puking. It was, you guys are just fucking subhumans, dude. Just gross.
Nothing confuses me more than the idea of like, hey, you know what? We got to celebrate. Let's all get in our car and drive 5 miles an hour. Like that.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
Slow. You saw it in the video. Like, at least go fast, you fucking idiots, dude. It was so annoying.
Like protests too. Whenever there's like it's always right-wing protests that are like, we're going to hop in our cars, put up the American flag and drive in a line all across town. It's like, I don't understand what is being accomplished here with this. You're just being a pest. You're just annoying like everyone that's trying to drive.
Yeah, I'm at least somewhat lucky because they're like I'm not that close. I heard all of it because, like I said, they shut down like multiple blocks or whatever. But like, Jesus, I saw them like when I was driving by the other day before the 4th. I saw them like with 4th of July shit, like decorations. I was like, God damn it! I gotta get my critters out of here at least.
Yeah, no, that's weird that you were like in a neighborhood in an area that was actually doing something for 4th of July, or like specifically America 250, because that entire day, you know, I was out a little bit. I mostly spent time at my friend's place, but before that I went to go pick up some stuff from 2 different stores, and there was like not a lot. Granted, it was rainy, it was everything, it was not a good day for really anything, but I went to a store to pick up some drinks, and I was like, hey, like, he was working, but I was like, you gonna have like something fun later today? Are you like cooking out? Like what are you doing? And he was like, no, nothing. It's like, no, I don't know. Everyone I talked to outside the people that I was with later that evening, no one was doing anything. It was no one likes America these days.
Yeah, I would like to say that was the case here, but it was cracking off, dude.
Yeah, you live in Trump country. You live in
I know that I really, really don't. That's the thing. I think I just live in a place where people like fireworks. There's just like an abundance of them out here. So I don't know. Like I live. I do not live in a super like conservative or white neighborhood at all, minus the fucking bikers or whatever. But like, it's very an interesting mixture of like immigrants and just different kinds of people and stuff like that. Fireworks were everywhere, and it went on for days, and it went on till 4 or 5 in the morning. I'm like, I'm paying the price for like crimes that I did when I was like 20 and I was the Hellraiser or whatever, you know what I mean? We would have like Roman candle fights. Now, like, I hate fireworks so fucking much. I saw it was Josh made a post on Bluesky. I think some people were kind of mad at him, but he was like, I just don't think that private citizens should have access to fireworks. I'm like, look, I was gonna like quote post it and be like, dude, like, yes, but I saw some people were getting kind of shitty about fireworks discussion. I don't have that in me. I don't want to fight with people. So
not worth fighting over fireworks discourse.
Yeah, on the podcast, you guys can't complain. You can't reply to me on here. So I'm going to say I agree with Josh. I don't think that private citizens should have access to fireworks. And somehow, by some miracle of God, there's like one small fire that I know of anyway that's like mostly under control now, and that's it. That wasn't even related to any official celebration. It was just some dumbass kids with fireworks is what they're saying. So
I didn't even think about that. There's always so many fires out west by you.
Yes,
we don't get that in the Midwest really. Still, I mean, we don't really have fires. So I'm not even thinking about that aspect of fireworks. Jesus.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. And like, we didn't get a really good snowpack this year, and so this is we're all just kind of waiting and to see how bad it would be. But so far, it hasn't been that bad. And knock on wood, it doesn't get too bad for the rest of the year. But yeah, I don't know. I hate fireworks, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're talking about some news. Anything interesting going on, June?
Dude, Mitch McConnell's been dead for a month, and they're not admitting it. The news is not admitting it. They're like, yeah, I talked to him for 20 minutes, almost 20 minutes. Who was that? Scott Jennings on CNN was like, yeah, he's alive. Trust me, guys. He's absolutely alive. Mitch McConnell's not dead. But we have not seen him publicly for like a month at this point?
Yeah. All those people were, we had a really nice one. Guy said like I was one or two of them. So I talked for about 20 minutes. It's like, I don't believe that at all.
No,
but one of them,
not.
I can't remember who it was. One of them was like, oh yeah, we spoke for 45 minutes. No, you didn't. No, you did not talk for 45 minutes. Fuck you. That you got greedy with that line.
They're giving Mitch McConnell the Joe Biden treatment. They're like, oh yeah, in private, he's really smart. He's really
insightful. Yeah.
He can string together like 10 words all like in one sentence. Like, he's really good right now, guys. Trust me. He is. I just straight up think Mitch McConnell's dead. I can't lie.
He is dead. I'm sorry. Like, he's either dead or brain dead or so severely incapacitated they can't show.
I think he's just straight up dead. They're just keeping it a secret.
Well, did you see? And that was the article I linked in the notes. The first one, I put a second one in it. We'll get to, but it's. I hate to say it. I got to give props to TMZ. They've been on this. They got the video of him being wheeled out in the stretcher, and let me just say, not a whole lot of hustle. Not the kind of hustle that you would have for somebody if they were fighting for their life. You know what I mean? These guys are just kind of like, well, we gotta fucking take this side of Chuck and take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're
that
bringing
seems
us to
like the pace of somebody that was hauling a dead body.
Yeah, I was going to check, but I'm pretty sure. So this is my theory. I believe they're going to hide Mitch McConnell's death until the day after. They can no longer. So basically, if they announce he's dead, there's still time for the governor to announce a special election.
Yeah, my theory Thomas Massey will take it.
Exactly, Thomas Massey will run. So my theory, not an overall perfect guy. He's a right winger. He sucks overall. But
he sucks.
But he wants
to do Epstein file stuff. That's something.
I'll support him over that, and he's certainly better than Mitch McConnell in that aspect.
Yeah,
but I
he's
think
a thorn in the side of people that I hate. So.
And I think they're trying to keep any potential replacement, like special election, out of the public, they just want to prevent it, which I truly believe that's what's happening here.
Yeah. So they say he had a cardiac event, or it was a cardiac arrest, or it was a stroke. Did they say what it was? It was a heart attack. They were saying.
I don't know. I'll be so honest.
Well, I just think that it's psychotic that. Even with their own story, like his wife just leaves.
She goes to China.
Yeah, and like 2 days after he supposedly has a heart attack or a stroke or whatever it is. That's bizarre. And then the one that I just put in here, I don't know if you've seen it yet, Jude. And by the way, guys, all of this will be in the articles linked will be in the show notes and stuff. So if there's anything that we talk about that you're curious about, check there. There's a second TMZ article that came out.
Yeah.
And when I first saw the title of this, I was thinking like, oh, this might actually be proof that he's alive, because it was like, oh, they're redoing the flooring in his house. So I'm thinking like, are they making it like ADA accessible if he's going to be in a wheelchair?
Right.
No. There's a guy who clearly looks like he knows he's fucked because he got caught on video holding like one of those, like if you've ever like built a house or worked in construction, like a sample book of like carpets. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wait, so okay, so I thought the same though, that this is like, okay, maybe they're trying to like make a ramp situation. They're making
no, dude. Better. They're getting ready to fucking sell this fucker.
They're flipping it. They're about to flip this shit.
Yeah, or maybe he fell and there's old man blood all over the. I don't know what they're doing, but like this is not any sort of like. It doesn't appear there's just like, you know what I mean? Like if you're trying to like build a ramp or something like that, that's not, you don't need the carpet guy, right?
Right. Yeah. No, dude is straight up dead. They're gonna flip this. They're gonna flip it in secret. This is so incredible. It's also just insane that why is he still in office? How, like, I don't know. I go back and forth on the making it so that people over the age of like 70 or something shouldn't be in office, but it's shit like this. Like, even though, like, of course, Mitch McConnell is one of the most odious, disgusting freaks that has led to this point in the United States politics that we're at right now. He is like the biggest architect of why everything is the way it is right now, other than, like, you know, Ronald Reagan and some of these other figures. He's up there. And he's still in office. Like, what is he doing? He needs to have retired like 20 years ago. He is just being wheeled around every day. He shits himself while he's being wheeled around, and everyone's like, he's fine, I promise. How is this the system that we've allowed to take place? Like, how is this even legal? This is elder abuse. Everything aside, this is straight up elder abuse.
I mean, I just, like, after a certain age, you, like, have to take a test to renew your driver's license. There's something we could do, you know what I mean? Make sure these guys are competent, you know?
Yeah.
Do you remember that article that was like last year sometime where it's like this pharmacist was like, obviously I can't say, but there's like major, you know, elected officials that like have dementia and I fill their prescriptions or something. And it's like, oh man.
Yeah, he said like at least 4 or 5. There were like multiple.
I believe it. So I don't know, man.
Let's guess. Who do you think currently? I think Dianne Feinstein. I think she was one of them. And that was the thought then. Dead. I think she died. Yeah.
Yeah. She passed.
Definitely
actually,
Mitch McConnell.
Let's fact check that.
She died. Yeah. Oh, she died a couple years ago now.
Yeah. Mitch McConnell. I mean, I don't know. They're all so fucking. Yeah,
Donald Trump.
2023. She died. I just didn't want to get yelled at if we were wrong. I thought she did, but you know.
She was also being wheeled around. She was getting the Mitch McConnell treatment a couple of years before he started getting this. We're going to see this more and more. See, this is the thing we saw with Dianne Feinstein. We're going to see, we're seeing it right now with Mitch McConnell, but he's just dead. We're going to see it with someone else next. Who was that guy that just straight up died? It was like a couple of months into Trump's second term. And it was like AOC versus some guy for some like big chair, like seat role in
Congress. I kind of remember that. Yeah.
And then it was like between her and this guy, and this, like, everyone in the caucus on the Democratic Party side voted for that guy, so he got it. And then he died a month later. He literally died a month later. Like, what are we doing? Why?
It's depressing, dude.
Why are we giving people who die in 2 months so much power?
I don't know, man. It's their turn, dude.
They put their whole lives, they were working their whole lives up to the moment to be elected to a chairman role so they can have that for 1 month and then stroke out.
You know, there's one thing that I've learned in the past few months or even years or whatever. It's that whether it's the quote unquote establishment choosing who's next or, you know, your average voter choosing primary politicians.
Yeah.
Nothing makes fucking sense. Did you see that it was like the Maine independent voter that had that man on the street interview today?
No. Wait, who is this? Who are you talking about?
Who's the I really apologize, guys. I don't actually, believe it or not, I know the show's political, but I don't really follow like elections that aren't mine. I don't, you know, this is not where I focus my time. But the guy that might be replacing Graham Plattner, the DSA guy, you know what I'm talking about?
I think his name's Troy, Troy Jackson, I think it is.
Troy Jackson. Yeah. So there was he was being interviewed, and I think it was on MSNBC or something, and they showed Troy Jackson a clip of this guy, and he was like, I don't think that Troy Jackson is progressive enough because so you do know what I'm talking about.
I did see this where he's like, yeah, though he's not as progressive as Graham Plattner, so I'm going to vote for Susan Collins.
Yeah, the average voter doesn't know what the fuck they want, man. I just don't understand it at all.
Which is why whenever I see, especially centrists, they love to do this a lot, where they'll say something like, oh, you know, the average voter is just so moderate. They're not going to want to vote for leftists in a general election. But then you see the quote unquote like median moderate voter, and they're dumb as shit. They don't know what they actually like. They don't understand anything. There is like Trump AOC voters consistently. It's like, what the voters don't make sense. People don't understand what their own orientation is. There was, I believe it was a poll a couple of years back that I saw where it was like a bunch of voters thought Kamala Harris was more progressive or more on the left than Bernie Sanders. And it's like, voters don't know anything.
Yeah.
Taking like polls where people self-identify like, oh, I'm a moderate, or I'm a leftist, I'm this, that. It is useless. No, these things, people don't understand. People are not as terminally online as like Twitter users. The average person does not know what political orientation even means. They have no idea what a moderate means. They just think that they're not gay personally, so they're like moderate because they're not gay, because they think being gay makes you more on the left or something. That's genuinely probably like 5% of the general population that votes, that think they're less leftist because they're not gay. They're not homophobic, they're just not gay, so they're like moderates. I swear to God, that is like, I feel like that's how some of this country is.
It wasn't even that long. I mean, I'm getting a little long on the tooth here, but it wasn't even that long ago when, like, you know, like during the Hillary Obama campaign, speaking of same-sex marriage, like neither of them supported it. Neither Democratic. You know, when I was a kid, that's why one of the few reasons I was like I thought anyway that I was a libertarian when I was a teenager was like the things that I care about. Oh, I have gay friends. I hate the war, and I like smoking weed. So yeah, I guess I'm a libertarian, because the Democrats were just so socially like to the right at that point. You know,
that is why like people like Ron Paul got a lot of like headway in that time, is because there was a lot of people like in high school and just out of high school where they would look at the Democratic Party and be like, they don't represent me. Of course, the Republican Party doesn't either, because they're insanely right wing. So there's no party. So like at that time, it was like, oh, I guess libertarianism. It's like, oh, there wasn't really a conception like of anything else.
Billy Joe Armstrong being like, he a fucking moron that he was. He was like, yeah, I'm a friend to libertarianism. And the reason he didn't call himself a libertarian, he was a friend to libertarianism, is because I remember reading that interview and thinking like, okay, well, if Billy Joe's down with this, so am I, right? Because you know what I mean? But he was like, well, I went back and read the interview or something. He's like, well, I haven't really read about this, but they seem like they've got some good ideas. And I was like, good enough for Caleb, you know?
Yeah. No, watching any libertarian primary debate for like president, it is
so
one of the funniest things
dude.
ever. I'm sure you've seen it. I think it was 2012 or 2016. It was one of those.
Yeah, the toaster guy.
Well, the toaster guy, but it was, I think, also the same debate where the guy was like, yeah, we can't have belt buckles in cars.
That was the same one. That's the same clip. Because we can't have. Then that guy who had that kind of nerdy voice. What's next? Are they going to make us have a permit for a toaster? Ridiculous! And all of them started cheering for not wearing seatbelts, dude.
Yeah, and then Gary Johnson's like, because he was there. I think it was 2016. He was like, yeah, I don't know about that. And they were like, boo.
Yeah,
boo.
they booed him for like wanting seatbelt laws.
So good, dude.
So awesome. We haven't pitched you on this yet, but we're talking about, I know, which is early for us to be doing this because we're behind and we haven't even finished the Lost series. But Maddie and I have been talking about maybe like if we decide to keep her around, what's next. And remember, we've been talking about possibly doing a little side series on the old debates.
Yes.
I think that's,
oh, we've talked about this a while ago, actually.
Yeah. And I talked to Maddie about that. She loved the idea. So, if and when we get through Lost and we want to keep her around for the next side series, I don't want to do this most recent one because it was just, maybe it's recency bias. It was a horrible, not that fun election, but like the debates for, 2016 and 2020, I think would be, and just cover each one and treat them like time capsules or whatever.
Absolutely.
That would be Anyway, sorry for the behind the scenes peek at the show, guys, but I think that might be coming. So actually, you know what? Let us know if that sounds interesting to you, because I don't think we've talked about that on air before, but that's, I think, one of the things we're working on. So
hell yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next thing. R.I.P. Mitch, get well soon, whatever. I don't know, whichever one.
I hope they make his. I hope they make his grave publicly known is all I'll say.
Yeah. We all want to pay our respects.
Hey, yeah, we all love him so much.
The next one is this one. I went to the original source, which is like the regional ABC affiliate. I know a lot of people wrote about this, but in San Mateo, California, two 15-year-old boys were detained after San Mateo police said they were drinking and firing gel-based pellets from a driverless Waymo vehicle, prompting the company to alert authorities and stop the ride. So I'm not going to read the whole article, but it's like essentially they're called, I think, Orbeez. Yeah, Orbeez.
Orbeez. Oh, I know about Orbeez.
You know what Orbeez are? It's like Nerf, kind of.
So I guess technically, I hate that this is why I know what Orbeez are. So in college, I knew someone who, and keep in mind, this was about 10 years ago now at this point. I knew someone who really liked Mr. Beast at that time. I've known about Mr. Beast for like close to 10 years now. And the very first Mr. Beast video I ever saw was like, I think it's like 8 or 9 years old at this point, but it was Mr. Beast fills a pool full of Orbeez. And that was the whole video. And that's what started my interest and hatred of Mr. Beast, but also my awareness of Orbeez, because that same friend got obsessed with Orbeez, bought like thousands of Orbeez, and then
they're just like bouncy balls, aren't they?
They're not even like bouncy balls. They're just like weird, like little pellets, like that expand with water, if I remember correctly. My friend literally, she bought a bucket. This is so stupid. I cannot believe I'm sharing this. But
no, my friend, I need to know.
Yeah, she bought a big bucket and bought like thousands of Orbeez, filled the bucket with water, and then filled them with Orbeez, and then had that bucket in her college dorm room. And she just had the bucket in the corner of her room, and she just had that there, and it was like expanding over the next like day or two. And then she just had this, like,
they start out hard, but if you get them wet, they expand and they get like jelly.
Yeah, and they feel kind of nice. It's a weird feeling. But no, Mr. Beast, shout out to my awareness of Orbeez.
Well, these kids were, I guess they had something to drink, and they were in a Waymo. And yeah, they were shooting Orbeez at people and drinking in this car.
Orbeez technology has advanced. I didn't know you could shoot them. I just thought you had them in buckets.
Yeah. That seems kind of dystopian, that like a driverless car can sort of, escort your children to a prison. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, this is fucked up. Like, I mean, I've always not liked Waymos. I rode in one when I spent some time in Austin, Texas earlier this year, just out of pure curiosity. And I mean, it feels so dystopian. I think I explained on the show how it's just quiet. It's silent. It tells you like, oh, enjoy the ride. And it's just like this quiet, empty experience being driven by this Waymo. But this goes even larger than just, I think, Waymos, where there's just cameras fucking everywhere. We're living in like a police state that I feel like 20 years ago would have seemed like fictional. We couldn't have even imagined the level of like the lack of privacy that we have these days. You can just be outside and a Waymo can drive by and be like, okay, time to call the cops. They're walking the wrong way. They're shooting Orbeez. They're drinking in public.
Yeah.
Like, this is dystopian, dude. Like, again, it's children in this instance. So sure, maybe, but I hate the precedence.
I also want to know how the two kids got into a Waymo, like, unsupervised. Don't you have to have like an app and be an adult? Isn't there any safeguards? I don't know.
I think, we're both not parents, but I feel like parents probably give their kids, like, how like when I don't know when cell phones came out when you were a child or like a teen or something, but like you got like your parents got you like your first cell phone. I feel like everything is advanced so much, so it's like, oh, it's like kids have cell phones at a young age, so kids get like access to apps or like a credit card.
First of all, I'm not that old. I had a cell phone when I was like 15, dude.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I don't know. Like,
granted, it wasn't a smartphone. It was one of those old-fashioned flipping mechanisms. But
you had a Nokia.
It was a Motorola, actually. It was a Motorola, and it was the same one that Tony Soprano had in The Sopranos, by the way. Did
you feel really cool when you had that? You're like, I'm just like the mafia.
I'm just like Tony, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a fat antisocial guy. No, I didn't actually watch The Sopranos till later in life, so I didn't realize that. I just saw that. I was like, oh, I had that phone. I don't know.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. This is fucking bleak though. Like, I've been thinking a lot about flock cameras, just generally how much access they have.
The flock episode is coming, guys.
Yeah.
We are doing that. It's been super depressing, but it's coming. Yeah.
Yeah. And just throughout my neighborhood, I'll, walk to the store. It's a walkable city. I live in a walkable city, so I'll walk around everywhere. And cameras just pointed everywhere. I walk under a building and it does the like, you are being monitored or whatever, like the fucking voice thing says when you activate
those,
it.
dude.
Yeah. It's like, it's just, we live in a police state. It's horrifying.
Yeah. Do you remember how I was beefing with my old mayor? Well, I'm beefing with my new mayor now, and it has to do with flock cameras.
Yes. Wait. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you like emailing? Are you writing? Are you calling?
The new mayor of Tacoma decided it would be fun to do like a Reddit AMA. And I think that he just thought it was going to be like, Mr. Mayor, why are you so handsome and bold? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people were asking him real questions, and he was starting to get, you could tell by his responses, he was getting flustered. And I asked one question and he didn't respond to it. It was about like, I don't know, like, I don't even remember what it was, but he didn't answer. So I decided to ask him another one about like flock cameras, and he responded to me at like 11 at night, which is a bad sign, I think, for a mayor to be.
Yeah, you don't want to see that. You would never see Zoran Mamdani posting at 1 a.m.
arguing on Reddit at 11 p.m. He was like, we don't have flock cameras in Tacoma. And I was like, yeah, we do. Here's the deflock map. We do have some in Tacoma. I just asked if he would consider a ban is all. So he didn't answer my question, and then kind of got snippy with me. And then like immediately after that at 11, he's like, okay, AMA's done. Like
he got a little heat and he folded.
Well, I wasn't, to be clear, like I wasn't the only person he was fighting with. I went and looked through his responses. He was, he was getting into it. But then he ended up closing his AMA after he got proven wrong about flock cameras in Tacoma. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Oh my God.
We'll see. But yeah, flock cameras, police state, Waymos. It's just ring cameras. Do you remember the Super Bowl ring camera situation where they're like, you can get one and help find dogs or whatever? It's just.
Yeah, that was horrifying. I was, you know what? I'll be so honest. I was stunned that so many people were up in arms about that ad in the Super Bowl in particular. There was a huge backlash to that online everywhere. It genuinely surprised me because I feel like something I've been thinking a lot about is that it feels like the surveillance, the constant surveillance, it's just over. People have given up on it.
People are done. Yeah.
It feels like that. Like, especially when it comes to like phones and like the government can find where you are at all times if you have like basically any piece of technology on you these days. I just assumed people don't really care about any like privacy or like the Fourth Amendment or anything like that anymore. So when I saw that outrage with the camera ad, I think that was Ring in the Super Bowl, it actually surprised me. But again, I think this is just going to be another one of those things where it's desensitization brutality, where we just continuously get beaten down. With this advancement of this technology, there's going to be cameras on every corner and people will just forget about it and not really care too much. I hope that's not the case, but that's been the case with like all of these surveillance advancements my entire life. So I have no reason to believe it'll be any different, especially as younger people come up and are like, don't know anything different, it's just normal that there's cameras on every block. I feel like that'll be a reason why as well.
People are not taking it. It's interesting. In my research prep for the flock episode, I was watching, and I can't recall his name because it's still early or whatever, but the CEO was like, well, I think people aren't really mad at flock. They're just mad because Trump is president and they don't like Trump, and it's not actually our fault. And it's
fuck like, off, dude.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
No,
I don't
people
know,
are
though. Then I
mad
got to thinking about that, June. I got to thinking about that though, and it's like, is there don't kill me, guys, before you get mad. If you're listening at home, just think about this for a second. Is it not true though that we kind of use like Democrats to launder some of these like insidious things that happen with like the NSA and some of this like these overreaches for privacy and stuff like that certainly do happen under
100%. I mean, the Democrats, the Democratic establishment, centrists, capitalists, all of these people absolutely do that. I mean, we saw the biggest expansion of like, other than under Trump, of I believe like the DHS and the military under Joe Biden. He expanded like a lot of funding for like ICE and all of these things. So it's like all of this stuff happens under Democrats. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So like maybe that's true to an extent, but I feel
he was saying it cynically though. It also is a CEO of Flock, so fuck him.
Yeah, but like
who cares if he's right?
What I will say is personally me and a lot of people I know and probably a lot of people that listen to the show have the principles to be mad under both presidents. But like the average suburbanite under Biden probably didn't care too much about that stuff back then. So maybe that's true, but also fuck him because he is, using it cynically. He's a piece of shit. And also, we're being principled. I was a 17-year-old hater of Obama because he was in the Middle East drone bombing a bunch of shit, anti-gay marriage until it became convenient, all of this sort of thing. I like to think I'm pretty principled in that way.
Yeah. Not me. I didn't vote for Obama because I lived in a blue state and I didn't have to think about it. But actually, it's funny. The only time in my life I've ever voted, at least for president, I vote obviously for state initiatives and as I've gotten older, more in like the local elections and stuff like that. The only time I've ever voted for president is like against Trump. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like when the first election, we didn't really have we didn't know what Trump was such an outlier. We didn't really know what was going to happen. Now, obviously, he lost in Washington State by a huge margin, which we all expected. But I was like scared enough of like, there's just not any polling data. And like, I'm not trying to say like I had some vision that he was going to win, but like I kind of did. You know what I mean? I was so cynical by that point of like how just stupid and greedy and selfish the average American is, and how it was a tortoise and the hare thing with libs that they were just like, oh, there's no way he's going to win. I'm like, but I don't know, dude. I got to do my part and vote against him just in case. And
I mean, the predominant thought, and it was kind of in retrospect, especially to think this way, but the average person, even Trump supporter, did not think Trump was going to win. I knew people in Wisconsin that didn't vote for Hillary Clinton and instead voted third party because they thought that Hillary was going to just destroy Donald Trump. And they, of course, regretted afterwards. But it was just sort of accepted until it wasn't, until he won. That he just, wasn't, there was no way. There was absolutely no way he would win.
Yeah.
It was not very common to be like you and be like, yeah, no, Trump might have this. That was very, very uncommon back in 2016.
Speaking of Donald Trump, here's another article from the notes here. Donald Trump. First of all, this is how I found out that we have an airport named after Donald Trump now. Like,
yeah, it's so stupid, dude. I think he did it like a month ago, or he just did that.
Yeah, and the sign for the airport is AI Slop. Did you see this? I just found this out when I was looking.
I saw this article when you sent me this document. Yeah. Oh my God. I'll be so real. I wouldn't have noticed though. Like this is an instance just because I feel like I never really, this is like the presidential seal symbol, right? Like this is what's on the podium, the lectern when the president gives a speech, the seal on like whatever key bullshit. I don't think I would have noticed. So shout out to, I guess, people looking that closely at
I don't know, dude. You look at the talons and it's like, what's going on there? You know what I mean?
Like
it's what is this like all AI? You give it one glance over, you might not all AI, but some AI. You give it like just a glance over, maybe, but then the second you look at it, it's like, wait, like the more you look at it, it's I kind of get that like fight or flight response in my brain, this like uncanny valley. This isn't real. Something's fucked up about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The AI gives me that feeling, the spider sense or whatever. The more you look at it, it is fucked up. It's asymmetrical. The talons are all wrong. And it's like, oh, God, that's AI, isn't it?
I am so not surprised that right wingers continue to do this. I mean, they don't give a shit about really like quality, especially under like the Trump era. It's really not about the quality of something. They'll just use AI bullshit because it's like, the current frontier, so supposedly. And the Trump administration has a lot of interest in money in boosting AI. So of course they'll probably want to use this shit for anything they can. And they see this and they're like, that's good enough. Slap it on a sign.
And I'm sure that this went to some, friend of Donald Trump that looks like Uncle Fester that has like an ad agency or a creative company or something that charged the taxpayers like $2 million to design this. And they're like, fuck it. You know what I mean?
It's also okay. But this is aside, like this is the craziest part to me. This symbol already exists. This is already a photo that exists.
They didn't need to do this.
They didn't need to generate a new one.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I'll simply never understand why people, whether it be like, somebody in a business that runs a business, or someone writing an article about a real person where they have real photos of them already, where they'll generate a photo of that guy. I don't know if you've ever seen that before. Like, speaking of Bob Dylan, like, let's say writing an article about Bob Dylan. I've seen instances of people writing about Bob Dylan and AI generating a photo of Bob Dylan. We have photos of Bob Dylan. Why are we doing this? What is the purpose? What are you accomplishing by just like making up bullshit? I don't think I can personally comprehend. I feel like I try to get into the mindset of why, like, right-wingers maybe think the way they do, why they say the things they do, why, like, especially if they're like lying to trick people into certain, like, buying into certain narratives, all of that sort of thing. But I don't think I have truly yet been able to put myself into the position of deciding to AI generate something that already exists and use that instead of the thing that already exists. I cannot comprehend that. I really don't. It drives me crazy.
So the answer, actually, I didn't see this the first time when I was skimming this article. By the way, this is a futurism.com article from Frank Landymore, again, in the notes. We might have an answer to that. It's at the very end. So basically the use from the article, in a sense, maybe his new airport logo is kind of a perfect use case for AI. The displaying of the U.S. Great Seal is highly restricted, so it's unlikely that an airport in Florida would be authorized to flaunt it as a logo, even if Trump himself wanted it to. But with AI, you can quickly spit out a cheap bastardization, uncanny in its likeness, but also not quite right. That's true. That could be it.
Absolutely, is probably why.
But also, though, like, of all the things, Trump doesn't follow any rules. Is he really going to follow that rule? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean,
is that the one rule he's like, well, we can't do that, you know?
Yeah, he makes, like, how much did he make as being the
like
president
$3 billion since he's taken office?
This is his line. He's like, I have skimmed $3 billion from every single person in America. All of this money is from everyone in this country, but I don't want to bastardize the U.S. Great Seal. That would be one step too far.
Yeah.
No, I think that this is an instance of, I do think, like, someone that put this together probably did that in mind. Like, I don't think Trump was the reason the seal is the way it is. It's probably just some, like, pencil pusher in office somewhere. It was like, well, we shouldn't use the actual seal or whatever. And
I think the solution is, and I didn't see it in here. I'll do some sleuthing. I really think that it's the same thing as the pool. Some disgusting looking cretin has that like donated like $100,000 to Trump's campaign, like got like a $2 million bid to do this or something. You know,
he's like slithering on the ground.
Yeah, I feel like everything is a grift. We just got to figure out who stole taxpayer money for this.
Yeah, we just have to look around a little bit, and we if we find like another comically evil looking person, it's like, oh, that's who Trump is working with. Obviously, this
everyone
man
go look at the background of all these photos at Mar-a-Lago and find we got Paul Bearer. This guy probably looks like Uncle Fester.
Yeah. I'm thinking of Lord of the Rings. I'm blanking on the name, but the guy
Smeagol?
in like not Smeagol. The guy in the last movie advising the king.
Oh, the mouth of Sauron.
Yeah. The guy. He's like,
yeah,
he's
the tooth guy.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
That's every person Trump works with. But I also think it's a thing. I also think it's a thing of Trump. Whoever runs his social media, I think just the Trump administration generally this time around just really loves AI. I mean, he posted that video. Did you see that video where he was like, he was like wearing a doctor coat, and he's like, I treated all these people. They're better now. I fixed them. And it's like celebrities that beef with him all saying good things about Trump now. Like, he loves AI. He loves this shit. It's, I mean, not good, in the sense that I like it, but it's good propaganda for them. It really, the boomers love this shit.
It sure makes him happy, especially because he has that, like, whatever 30-year-old like hot intern that's just like, here, have you read about this? The lady that just like makes all this slop for him, his assistant, that like is with him like more than Melania is was with him when he was in the hospital and shit. Like, you read about her?
I have not, but it's reassuring knowing that he got a Laura Loomer replacement.
He did. He did. She has told her family that she loves him, and so it's just very, very bizarre. God, it's a bizarre relationship. I should have put that in this. I didn't obviously anticipate having this conversation, but we should read that sometime.
I would love to. Even just personally, that's astounding.
Yeah, I do have a little challenge for you guys. If you are listening to this, if you can, either pull up the article on futurism.com or Google it or whatever, and let us know, Discord or in the Patreon comments or wherever you're listening to this. Did this stand out to you, or did this trick you, this image? I'm curious to see how many people got this, or if it was flew under the radar.
I'll be honest, if I didn't know going into it that it was AI, I probably wouldn't have known. I don't know what this seal looks like. I am this is not something that's on my
see, now and again, I'm not radar. Saying that I'm I've got a high radar or whatever for this, but just immediately it stood out to me as just wrong looking. So I'm curious to see how many people really got that or who didn't. So
yeah, did I ever tell you the first time that I know I for sure got tricked by an AI image that I thought was real? It's really embarrassing.
I'd like to hear it. I have a bunch of them.
It's really embarrassing. And keep in mind, this was early-ish when AI generated photos started to get oddly realistic, if you know what I mean. It was sort of shortly after Dolly, if you remember, Dolly 2 was making some weird very small bullshit images that were so very, very obviously not real things. So keep in mind, it was 2 or 3 years ago now, almost. It was a photo of the previous pope, not the current pope, but it was the previous pope wearing a big puffy white jacket.
I remember that. Yeah. I remember you got rinsed for that one online.
I know it's embarrassing, but genuinely I saw that and I wasn't wow, this is cool. It wasn't that, but I just thought it was real. I genuinely thought it was a real photo. And a day later,
June, we have to put you in the Jelly Roll Facebook groups now.
I'm ready to get scammed. Dude, before we move on, though.
I've been hoarding those, by the way. We have to do it because somebody, I can't remember who it was, and if you're listening, I apologize for not remembering, but somebody was for some reason on Bluesky, earlier this week, one of my old Jelly Roll posts just started getting a bunch of likes and retweets, and people were you guys have to do a Jelly Roll episode. So I've been slowly collecting some of my treasures or whatever.
You sent me a really good one before we started recording. Can I
yeah,
I'll describe it. So before we started recording, Caleb sent me a screenshot of one of the Jelly Roll Facebook groups, and it's an AI, of course it's an AI generated image of it's in an ocean, it's in a body of water with a dog swimming, and right next to the dog is former President Barack Obama. And it says, the caption is, "Who would you save, Obama or the dog?" And I really, dude, I need to see the replies after we're done recording. You need to send me the actual post. I need to see what the replies say. Oh my God.
Can I send you another one, dude, while we're just talking about it? I posted just go on Bluesky and I just posted this. This one made me laugh so hard I cried.
No! It's the same Jelly Roll group too.
It's the same one, yeah. There is a one from a different group below that. But it's this sort of it's a Muslim man, but it's the thing the AI does where there's multiple men with the same face. It's sort of this homunculus guy.
And they're all screaming.
They're all pissed. There's a bunch of Muslim guys at an airport. And the main guy is holding a sign that says, "Stop saying Merry Christmas or we will leave." Dude, there is artistry to these images in the narrowly qualitative sense that the people that are running these groups know exactly how to get engagement, because here's the deal. And the other one that's one of those math problems that has the PEMDAS stuff. People will debate this engagement crap where it's only geniuses can solve, but genius is spelled wrong.
Yeah.
So they do stuff like the say Merry Christmas or we'll leave, or only geniuses can get this or whatever. And then like people will like answer it and like, you won the prize. Look in your DMs and it's just like a phishing link or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I think they use ManyChat or something similar to that, where it's just all automated.
Yeah.
It is automated scamming with old boomers, because they see this engagement bait. They see a bunch of Muslim men with the same face all screaming, and then they get triggered. The trigger word here is that Merry Christmas will no longer be said. And then they post like a bullseye in the replies, of course, because I don't know. That seems like a perfect reply to a post like this, is like a bullseye.
I just don't even, dude, I don't think I can even make this as a joke. I wouldn't occur to me. Like a Muslim guy holding a sign saying, stop saying Merry Christmas or I'll leave the country. Like,
yeah.
It's just so good, dude.
Boomer, like scammer, boomer AI slop ecosystems are phenomenal, dude.
They are fucking phenomenal.
They're a brand new world of the internet, and half of them are all bots.
We've talked about this phenomenon, specifically the Jelly Roll Facebook groups, a little bit, but I don't know. People are asking us. Maybe we'll have to put it on the docket of finally doing our our Jelly Roll as a federal, like a Fed, in our whole conspiracy episode about that. We
briefly, if I remember correctly, like a year ago, talked about Jelly Roll a little bit, but we didn't really get too much into like the fascination I think you and I both have about Jelly Roll.
Our shared love. Unfortunately, he just got divorced. Now I don't even believe in true love anymore.
It's over. I might kill myself now. If Jelly Roll can't find love, what am I gonna do? God damn.
Yeah, dude. What hope do I have if Jelly Roll?
If the best among us can't even.
Okay, we got time probably for one more. Let's look at some of these. What do we got? I don't want to do the data because we're going to also, sorry, we keep talking about episodes that are coming down the pipeline. We do have a data center one coming, so I should probably not do the Texas Tribune one.
Yeah, let's save that one.
Let's save that one for the main one. Let's talk about this one, actually. Bluesky is rolling out. We don't need to read the article, but I think enough of people will know this is happening anyway that listen to the show. If you didn't know, a new law is passed in Texas that I don't quite understand the mechanics because it's supposed to have something to do with the App Store, but Bluesky has chosen to interpret this as like they have to do age verification in Texas, and I think also Utah. If from what I read was correct. But I know at least two friends of mine that live in Texas. One of our Discord mods even was like, well, like I can't go on I can't go on Bluesky anymore. Like I'm not giving him I'm not going to do this. So that sucks. That's scary.
Yeah, this is sort of,
we knew this was coming. That's the thing. We've been talking about this like forced age verification thing that they're really pushing, and then like the Democrats have their own Project 2025, and it's all just like age verification.
Yeah,
like, what are you doing?
That pissed me off. We're like when Trump won the election, it's like, okay, whenever, like if the left comes back, if this is defeated, whatever, it's like there has to be a project for the left's Project 2029. And yeah, they came out with it, and it's just like, we can't have teens go on the internet. That's the whole Project 2029 that the Democratic Party has put together so far. Just absolute dog shit. But in terms of like this article, it's like Section 230 has not been taken down yet. But this is, to me, this, from what I understand, this seems to be like a way for them to be like, well, don't strike. This is like cooperation with like the future move of taking out Section 230, because I think when that happens, whenever that does happen, because I think it will, because the Democratic Party and the Republican Party is basically all in line with taking like doing age verification, ID implementation, like where you have to submit your ID. I think that's a better way of framing it, is like ID like submissions, rather than, because it's really not about age verification at all, really. Like it is, but that's it's sort of like how,
I mean, to the companies, they'll take it because it's like a liability shield for them, right? But it's for the legislators, it's not. Yeah,
right. It's like their framing of it. It's like, when it's like, age verification, the average person, like the average parent, when they just hear, it's just, we're just verifying your child's age. It's like, oh, sure, of course, I guess that makes sense. Like, no, it's like people aren't going to think that hard about it. But then when you sort of like understand what this is, it's like the harvesting of personal data and like in this way, and like locking out places from being even accessed on the internet. It's really fucking bad. Like, it's not about age verification. It is about like restricting what people can see online. That's what it really is.
Yeah, I do have to appreciate the irony of Bluesky being the one that they targeted.
Yeah.
Because
what led to it? I didn't actually. So this was one of the ones I didn't dig into and read specifically. Did you?
Yeah, I mean, it was a Texas-based legislation. It's supposed to not just. So as I understand
why not Twitter? Why Bluesky?
Because Bluesky is choosing to enforce the policy. Is what's going on. Others may or may not. It's in the article. It's all in there. But basically, Bluesky is choosing to do this, and I think that they're I don't know. So my thoughts on this, and this isn't really predicated on a whole lot of reading. This is just kind of my gut sense. So if I'm wrong on this, whatever, you guys have to forgive me. I think there's a couple things at play here. One of them is, like, I do know that Bluesky is under fire a little bit more because it's perceived as like the left holdout place or whatever. So, like, you know, the right-wing freaks in Texas are, well, that's where all the pedophiles are because that's where all the leftists are, right? And that's kind of what they're going at. But also, like, I just get the sense that the team at Bluesky doesn't give a fuck about the user base. They care, like, the AT Proto is the product. They don't actually give a shit. They've never given a fuck about the users. They don't give a shit about. If you use the platform, there's a fucking new discourse once a month about some fucked up moderation thing, or the staff did something dumb and stupid and everybody's pissed off all the time. They don't particularly seem to care too much. And I understand, to a degree, that like moderating a platform like that has to be really fucking hard. Even moderating our own spaces is tricky. You can't please everybody, but like they just clearly don't care. So
I mean, a lot of the people in the company and the business have made it very clear that what Bluesky is right now, sort of a social media akin to how people used Twitter, was really not what they wanted. They were kind of shocked when that happened. They did not want that. They don't really see Bluesky as that. They don't see Bluesky as a social media platform at all. And that's why they don't, like, whenever there's something new, it's like obviously, yes, like we should be yelling at these people. We should be yelling at the people that run this platform. But they don't give a shit. They're not going to change their policy. They're not going to unimplement their AI automation to moderate the platform that they have implemented because people are mad.
That was really funny. If you missed that, guys, it was really funny. They had like a deal where like an LLM or an AI like makes an algorithm for you. It was like this whole separate thing, and it became like the most blocked account on Bluesky like overnight.
Yeah, it was insane. I think it's one of the people that implemented it, like one of the Bluesky staffers. I was mutuals with him, and he, I think, blocked everyone that blocked that account, and it ended up blocking like it had to have been tens of thousands. So this Bluesky dev blocked like hundreds of mutuals and thousands of people. As a result of that, I found out I was blocked by them. It's someone I have not personally talked to, but I have interacted with in the past, and I was like, why am I blocked by this person all of a sudden? And then I found out about the AI moderation discourse, and then just about how the Bluesky team was not a fan of how the user base reacted to that implementation.
Call me crazy, but I don't think that staff for a social media platform should be banning its users. I think that's a really not great thing to have happen.
Yeah. I don't know. I go back and forth because, Twitter with no banned users is a fucking mess. So I do think some people should be banned. But I think, I don't know, dude. I think social media, can I just be honest? I think social media, I think the internet, I think it's just all cooked. I think we're at a point when, like, where now everything is just out to enrage you. Everything is there to just piss you off, get you to engage with some bullshit. Like a year ago, I think I still would have said that I truly enjoyed using social media. I feel like I was one of the last people I knew in real life and online that was like, I truly enjoy using like social media. I truly enjoy being online.
You're a fucking psycho, June. You don't even have like, you just have all your notifications on Twitter. That's crazy.
Well, I don't. Okay, to be clear, I don't have push notifications on my phone. I don't have that, but I have like my notification tab, like on all of my social media. Like things do come in. Things I
have everything muted. Which sometimes that does bite me in the ass because people will ask me a question or I'll miss something and like, shit, like that does suck. But if I just can't really like, you know what I mean? I can't deal with it.
A couple of months ago, there was something just shifted and all of a sudden I just didn't like looking at social media anymore. I use it far less than I did like 3 or 4 months ago. I log on every once in a while. I scroll still, but I don't use social media as much as I do. I was finally worn down. It took me a long fucking time, but I still do use it. I enjoy it. It's, it's part of my job. Absolutely. But there's something about the like infinite scroll, the algorithm, the constant, everything is evil and bad. And every like right wingers are being psychotic every single day. It wore me down finally I can't look at it as much. I just can't.
That might be, I completely agree. And I'm sorry that that's terrible for you because people online are awful to you. I that sucks. But this might be a good time to announce. It's not live yet, but B has been working diligently to add a bunch of new features to killthecomputer.com, including forums that look awesome. So,
dude, I say it every single time, but B is incredible. I don't know.
She's incredible. Does it. Yeah, and on that note too, we've kind of decided that like to kind of help pay for her time and stuff like that too, we're going to do a couple things with the merch store. Going forward, June and I are not actually going to make any money off of the merch. It's either going to go to B and maybe some other people to help maintain administrative costs, and then all the proceeds beyond that. I think we decided we're going to go to Trans Lifeline, or do we choose Trevor?
I think it was
the Trevor Project or Trans Lifeline.
I think Trans Lifeline. Yeah.
So we're still figuring out the split on how that's all going to work. But just know that everything that you purchase on shop.killthecomputer, everything it's going to go help B for all the wonderful stuff she does in the community, and everything beyond that is just going to go straight there. So if you are feeling like you might need a new shirt or a coffee cup or whatever it is, it's going to a good cause. So shop.killthecomputer.com.
So a fantastic plug. I'm so glad we plugged the website. I love the website, but whenever I hear the word shirt, it's so stupid. But do you know, you remember that JJ McCart what was that guy? It was fuck, I'm blanking. It's who is he? He does Guys. He does the Guys podcast with Brian. What? I'm blanking on his name right now. Fuck. Chris, Chris on Guys. He used to do that bit where he would call into that JJ McCartney. I think it was JJ McCartney, like right wing show online, and he would just mention his shirt. Do you know what bit I'm talking about?
I don't, unfortunately.
Oh no. Well, okay, real Chris shirt heads will know.
Meaning no disrespect. Unfortunately, I'm to the point now that my podcast listening is pretty much reserved for work. So I very seldom get to listen to podcasts I do enjoy it, guys, though, with the occasions that I do get to listen to it. Real.
Shout out to shirts. That's all I got.
Yeah. Shirts.
I think we're wrapping down here.
Yeah, we're over an hour. What else do we got to plug?
I think that's about it at the moment. Thank you for sticking with us. I think Caleb, you and I both have had like a really insane busy last month. So uploads have been slow, but we got a lot planned in the pipeline. We're not
too far behind, but we have been a little bit slower. We're going to be making some ground up, and we do appreciate that. It happens every summer. It's like this time every year since we started the show. It's like this time. But we have some stuff coming up, and just personal things had come up for both of us and travel, and you know how it goes, guys. So yeah, thanks for bearing with us. I don't really think side load stuff is still in the works. We'd said we'd launch them sometime this summer. We're still on pace to do that. We should have at least one announcement for that soon.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And I guess we'll see you next time.
See ya.